It is, it is confession time. It is confession time. The only time that these people can actually come out and own it up to their chest and say, yes, I have to confess. I'm not happy about these people's growth. It is confession time, and I'll go ahead and roll out the clip so that you guys can watch. I don't want to start saying it with my mouth so that you guys will know where I'm coming from. I want you guys to watch so that you will tell me in the comment section if this is confession or not confession. You know, when you have to go to the priest and like confess your sin, this is the right time where white folks are coming to black people to be like, we are owning it up to our chest, and yes, we are confessing to you people. We are. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And this is just for educational purposes, not to bash anyone. I stand a chance to be corrected in the comment section. I didn't say it there. I'm the one that said it there. I'm the one that came to confess with their own mouths. I did not ask them to confess. With no further ado, let's get right into this video. Let me roll out the clips for you guys and I'll be back with commentaries. God have mercy.
I need some black joy. The fact that black joy even exists as a concept in the world is miraculous to me. Asians are no good at joy. We are good at working hard and being diligent and doing our best, but not joy. Colonizers too. Rich lives, no joy. We should never have hooked our stars to theirs. But black people, especially black Americans, are the best at joy. You've turned it into an art form. I know it came from terrible hardship that you've turned into soul and then into joy. And we, Chinese people, we just turn that hardship into more hard work. But I know you can't give it to us. We have to go out and earn it for ourselves just like you did. Joy is a puzzle for every human being and it's not free. When I ask my black friends where their joy comes from, they inevitably shake their heads and just repeat, you can't let them take it away from you. That's what it's not. But what is black joy? Can you tell me?
Good morning. Thank you as always for your kindness and for your insights. Black joy. I don't mean this with any disrespect. I am obviously a white man, and I'm not here to do any, quote, white-splaining or tell you what it means to experience joy from the perspective of an African American. I'm here to tell you that the very idea of black joy is at the heart of the American experience. You can't understand where we are today unless you understand the reality that African American history is American history. And that history is, of course, filled with trauma, with slavery, with disfranchisement, with discrimination, with racial violence. But in that, we're human beings who somehow found a way each and every day to get up and find joy. Because, my friends, the concept of black joy is about one thing: resistance. Joy and resistance become the same thing, because through joy is overcoming. And if you can study American history, at least to the extent that I have, you can wake up each and every day, not thinking, oh, how privileged I am, but thinking there were people in my life who I've never met and will never meet, people in my history, my heroes, people who often live lives of grinding poverty and who often face the threat of racial violence. If I can wake up each and every day being grateful for the sacrifices of those human beings who came before me, then I understand that in black joy is the spirit of pride and resistance. And that's an American thing, not just a black thing. So my friends, no disrespect. Take time to reflect on what black joy really means, because it's in all of us. But until we reflect on our history, we might not fully appreciate what it's given us. You guys be well and have a great start to your week.
I think white people are so triggered by black joy because they have zero control over it. And white people are all about control. And anything they don't get to control and manage and dictate freaks them the hell out.
They don't get to be the leader.
Alright, racists, let's talk about your distaste for black joy. Racist America fumes at the sight of happiness, especially when that person smiling is black. It's as if this country specializes in anger Olympics. Being a little too happy disturbs the patriotism. 3 or more laughs in one place is like being investigated by a mall cop. I'm gonna need to see some ID. Because deep down, they believe that pain is the only state that black indigenous people are allowed to live in. Black people start laughing too loud at their cousin's cookout. They throw on some Frankie Beverly. They start dancing with their auntie in a sundress while the ribs are sizzling. Instantly, their lives are in danger. It's like watching a perfect example of a case study on people who have a problem with control. It's like their obsession isn't just with control, it's like with the optics of it as well. They want to be seen as dominant in the space because they seem to disappear when there is black joy. When you throw your graduation cap in the air, surrounded by your entire family in matching t-shirts, they don't see achievement, they see defiance. Because in their minds, success was never black people's storyline. The truth is, black joy is a glitch in the racist lies that they feed themselves. They built a whole myth of superiority that only works if you're miserable, delusional, insecure, jealous, and mediocre. When black people shift the world with their joy and laughter, the racist's entire self-image starts to crack. This is why racists gatekeep golf courses, ban urban dress codes, side-eye loud laughter, and call the cops when the music's just a little too bassy. The unnecessary hate and determination to ruin black people's happiness is a disease, a brain-eating amoeba that siphons the cognition out of America's privileged society. And what hurts the most is that happiness and black joy is more infectious.
We've lost the joy of rebellion, and I'll say that now. That is the most important thing we've lost as a culture, the joy of rebellion. We forgot that dreaming of a future where we all breathe should feel good. Right? They convinced us that locking in, that grinding, that gritting our teeth through collapse was the only way out. But literally the most dangerous thing you can do during an empire in decay is to smile without permission. It's to laugh out loud. It's to love loudly. It's to imagine more. Because revolution isn't just burning shit down. I need y'all to get it. It's gardening while it burns. It's building joy in the rubble. It's dancing on the cracked floor of a failing world and saying, you're not going to take my ability to feel alive. That's sacred. That's resistance. Joy was never a distraction. That's what I'm trying to get at. It was a ritual. Our people sang through chain, not because they loved pain, but because the song brought them home. That rhythm wasn't noise. It was a portal. So what if joy isn't an escape? What if it's a thread back to ourselves? Right? Because if revolution needs your giggle just as much as your grind. It really does. You locked in, fine. Fine, you the serious guy. You strapped up. You got 2 guns in your house. Cool. But don't forget to open up to the sunlight, to the laughter between meetings, to your kids, to the idea that fighting for a better world shouldn't always feel like dying. Okay? Because if a new world has no joy, if the new world after this, if we all succeed, if we don't, if the new world has no joy, you just rebuilt the old one with better graphics. That's all that's happening. So this time, right? Don't just fight. Feel. Don't just plan, play. Don't just win, wonder. Because the joy you carry might be the only part of you that they couldn't steal. That's what I'm trying to get it at. Because this type of thing is so crucial that we know how to experience joy. Being able to build for our people should be joyous. A revolution should be joyous. Dreaming of our better world should be joyous. Right? You get it? Like, and I want that to sit with you because this is more important than anything else we can have going on right now. To preserve our joy, to share it, to have it go further. This is the part of the story where we get to tell the things that we didn't get to say. This is that part. And we could sit here in the desolate and how destitute this world is. We could sit in it, or I could dream of it better for us. So it's just something I wanted to get into because it's important that we regain the joy of revolution. Because without that joy, it's not revolt.
I'm going to keep saying this with my whole chest because some people are not deep thinkers. I understand that you're not a critical thinker. This is not for you. This is just not for you. Scroll up. So my point today is, well, not today, but at this moment, like, why does black joy bother some white people? And some other groups, but majority is white people. And not all of you. You know what I'm talking about. You ever notice how the group of black folks, like they come together laughing, dancing, and just vibing, and suddenly it's labeled as too loud, too ghetto, or too much? Jealousy. You know why? Because they couldn't strip that away. And it's surviving. But let's be real. It's not about the volume that's the problem. It's the vibrations. It's the freedom. It's the fact that we can still find joy after centuries of trying to be stripped of who we are. We still make something out of nothing. You understand? See, black joy is like disruptive in certain people. It challenges. And where we're supposed to be broken and angry and silent, it's like loving, living, and celebrating. So it's not just confusion. It's threatening to a certain group of people. Because black joy, for us, is power, is resistance, it's healing, it's ancestral. Of all the things they said we could not do, it's lies. Remember, we were here way before other groups were here. And now our happiness is not a performance. It's reclaiming who we said we always were. So the next time somebody looks uncomfortable with your black joy, remember that you're not the problem. They're just uncomfortable and can't believe that after all this time, we are still celebrating who we are and who we are meant to be and who we are growing to be. So tell me, have you ever felt like your joy made somebody else uncomfortable? Let's talk about it, y'all. To me, I don't give a flying fuck who feels uncomfortable. This is my life, my body, and if you feel uncomfortable, move the fuck away. Right? Because where I was for Black Bike Weekend, we were on the side, I'm not gonna say the grown folk side, but we like our peace. So of course, it was a mix of black and white people. Like, we all around each other. We all talking to each other. You think anybody grabbed their purse because they see bikers in leather? No, they're used to it. They're talking, they're waving, they're like, oh, let me tell me about your bike, blah, 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 blah. These are people talking, not afraid and not jealous. There are some, but we didn't cross any this weekend. Okay? But have y'all ever experienced that? Like, you having joy, you having celebration, especially with all the graduates. Did you see those comments talking about black fatigue in the comments of black joy celebrating the college? See, the point that I'm trying to get at is no one who doesn't, how can I say this? If you black, you understand. It comes naturally, and it doesn't matter what state you from. We all have a common denominator of celebrating our blackness, and people can't stand that. People can't stand that. And I'm not just talking about in America. If we go somewhere else, black joy is celebrated different ways, but we still have that common denominator of celebrating of what we achieve regardless of the fact. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Anyway, happy Tuesday.
What's up again? Like I said, I be scrolling TikTok, right? So I found something else interesting. All right, it was a Chinese lady or Asian descent saying that she needs some black joy. Jeez, when will they stop with the labels? Black joy. Sounds like a drink. Now, as I'm looking at her video, it looked like she's reading it off a teleprompter, which they may do just to get everything out. So, kudos to her for trying to explain something. But to me, this is one of those tricks that they do to go ahead and go viral. I need black joy. Oh, black Americans. Black? I don't look black. My shirt is black. But hey, as a quote-unquote black American, you want to know where our joy comes from? Our joy comes from within. Period. It comes from within. Now, I don't know how to say this. You cannot purchase this. You cannot subscribe to this. You can only try to understand this. Us, Americans, know in our heads and in our hearts that not everyone is a total ass and racist. But I know they have lied to us from grade school. I have known that they created certain laws from grade school. I know what people am I. I know that I'm in the Bible. I know that I'm God's people. No matter what they say. So our joy comes from within, knowing who we are, not who you guys say we are. So if you could find some way to bottle that up and purchase it and drink it, then go right ahead. But our joy comes from within. Period. We know who we are as a people. No matter what the lies are, no matter who you want to bring over, no matter who you want to put in front of us, no matter what you say with your DNA testing, we know who we are. Period. We're the children of God. That's it. That's all. We know as black Americans that there ain't no other country gonna come and help us because this is our country. We were just overran and overtaken. We know we are the Indians, the indigenous of this land. We know this. Our joy comes from within. Our joy comes from knowing who our God is. Period. knowing how far we came. Period. Have some struggles like that as a race. Have everybody looking at you and don't understand how you're surviving, and you will have that same joy. You say you guys work, you try to make some connotations about work. We work hard too over here, but they say we don't. They say we don't love our children, but we do. Our joy comes from within. It's not hard to get or to explain. Our joy comes from within, from knowing who we are. We are God's people, period. And we're not black because my shirt is black. We're indigenous, copper-colored people that Columbus said that we might make good slaves.
Do you actually know what black joy means? And do you know how important it is? Because we have seen time and time that black pain and black trauma gets advertised much better than black joy. As in, people would react so much better. I'm going to be recommending films like 12 Year a Slave or When They See Us. But if I end up recommending a black joy film or TV show like Harlem, She's Gotta Have It, then the engagement is lower. It is important to engage and give visibility to black joy films, movies, and TV shows. Because black people are not only about black pain and black trauma. I mean, come on, I don't always suffer, and neither do other black people. We have moments of joy too. And because we want to attract more of that joy, we're going to focus on more joy. You get me? You attract what you focus on. So today, tonight, tomorrow, watch a black joy film, watch a black joy show, read a black joy book. And if you would like more black joy recommendations, film, TV shows, or books, make sure to follow. And I also have a black book club and black film club where we actually focus on black positive representation.
It's about black women's joy. It's about black women experiencing sustained joy. The oppressor has to do anything to stop that, to disrupt that. They cannot have black women by themselves, or certainly not as a collective, experiencing the kind of intense joy and happiness that we feel when we listen to Beyonce. Do y'all remember when Adele at some award shows said that she knows how Beyonce makes her black friends feel? That's the problem. They will do anything to disrupt that. They will do anything to interrupt it. That's why the arguments are so dumb. They're not nuanced. They're not intellectual. They're not interesting. And I believe this to be true because they are so desperate and so quick to do it. We can't have a smooth 24 or 48 hours of enjoying this beautiful, culturally rich performance. We just can't have it because it makes us too happy. And so the important message and what I want the 92% to know is it's not a matter of I wish it'd be so nice if we could take a break to step back. Now we have to do it because we know what their MO is, and that's to keep us sad, to keep us miserable. I think a lot of them were happy during the civil rights era. They don't mind us moaning and groaning and wailing and holding hands and singing. They have a real problem with us experiencing happiness, exultation, jubilance, laughter. I think it's as simple as a freaking Monsters Inc. movie. I remember Monsters Inc. The screams were very powerful. You could run a whole power company like off the screams. But the children's laughter, that sends things through the roof, right? And they're terrified of that. That's why I believe they're so desperate about it. So listen, among the 92%, I know we have apple polishers. I know there are those of us that are still recovering people pleasers, and we must have a job. We must have an assignment. The assignment is to experience joy. We gotta do it because they don't want us to do it. And now that I know that they are desperate for me, my sisters, my mom, my aunties, for all of us, all of our communities to not experience joy, I'm putting that number one on my priority list. Oh, they're not taking it away. No one's taking it away. And they are terrified of what the power of black women's collective joy will bring about. That's why they take one of our icons, one of our most beloved, because they know in so many different ways, she makes us walk with our shoulders back. She makes us love our curves. She makes us love our juicy mouthed countryness. It's because of Beyonce, I called myself a Mississippi Bama. And people used to wear me out calling me a Bama in college. If you'd ever told me that I experienced pride in calling myself that, that's because of Beyonce. That's because of what that is. She makes us hold our heads up too high, put our shoulders back, walk around like the queens that we are. That's the problem. So we understand the assignment now, right?
Black joy is resistance. Here's something that schools don't teach. That black joy is resistance. When the world is expecting you to be angry, tired, struggling, your laughter, your creativity, your dancing, your thriving, that's power. That resistance is when joy says, you didn't break me. It's survival and rebellion all rolled into one. So let me ask you this. What does black joy look like to you? Drop your comments below. Tell me what that black joy look like. I need to hear it.
I could turn the half into the whole thing. Eat the dick like low man. If I get
The demonization of black joy is rooted in white supremacy. Because why are you really upset at the fact that these kids who just spent the last 12 years in a school system designed to put them in prison are dancing? You're mad because they're dancing in a way that you think would not be appropriate to white viewers. You think because they're dancing like they're ghetto that they're bringing us back. Despite the fact that all of these kids defied the odds. And they have a far greater chance of becoming successful in life, bringing up the community. But what a lot of y'all fail to realize is that blackness, black joy specifically, is actually a tool of resistance that has been weaponized against white supremacy. And because of that, white supremacy had to weaponize black joy against us by saying it's not appropriate or civilized. Despite the fact that this is something that our ancestors would do continually, they are doing something that is ancestral, that is genetically encoded into their DNA. To celebrate however they want, to feel free in that moment, to express how they feel in any way they choose. They're not hurting anybody. They're not bashing anybody. They're simply existing and feeling free to express themselves in the way that they want. And we demonize it? Deconstruct and decolonize your mind.
But black people, especially black Americans, are the best at joy.
Hold on a minute though, before I show you the rest of this shit. Look at the comment section and how fast our black folks fall for the fuckery sometimes.
Black joy even exists as a concept in the world is miraculous to me.
It's miraculous that black folks can even be joyful. Let's continue.
Asians are no good at joy. We are good at working hard and being diligent and doing our best, but not joy.
Now Asians are good at all this important shit, but it's black folks that is good at joy.
Colonizers too. Rich lives, no joy. We should never have hooked our stars to theirs.
Let me try to gain and waver more black folks to my way of thinking by throwing in a racist jab real fast towards colonizers. While I continue to talk about specifically black people and black joy. To me, this gives, you may not be good at shit else, but joy, you got it in the bag. You got that in the bag.
Welcome back, guys, and I hope you guys enjoy all of that clips that I actually played for you. But before I say anything, I want to say, let's get this clear, which is getting the full meaning of black joy. Black joy is the celebration and the expression of happiness, pride, creativity, love, and resilience by black people despite the weight of racism and oppression. I'm going to say that again so that you can hear me in case you did not hear me. Black joy is the celebration and expression of happiness, pride, creativity, love, and resilience by black people despite the weight of racism and oppression. It is not just about being happy. It is an act of resilience. When a community that has faced centuries of violence, discrimination, and injustice still find ways to laugh, dance, create, thrive, that joy itself is powerful. So black joy is equals to freedom, resilience, healing, and the ability to define life beyond pains. How black joy impacts black Americans. resilience, and healing. Black joy reminds Black Americans they are more than their struggles. Don't tell me this is not true. This is 100% true. Black Americans are more than what they have actually been through. Black Americans are more than what they've actually faced. Black Americans are more than what people have actually tagged them to be. It helps heal from trauma by focusing on love, family, music, faith, and creativity. 2. Cultural power. Black joy fuels culture from gospel to hip hop, fashion to slangs, comedy to festival. It turns pain into acts and influence that shape not just America, but the whole world. Community bonding. Celebrations like Juneteenth, HBCU homecoming, cookouts, and church gatherings create space where Black people feel safe, seen, and united. Resilience to racism. Racism tries to strip away dignity. Black joy is saying, you cannot take my spirit. It's a refusal to let oppression define Black identity. Inspiration for future generation. Black joy shows young Black Americans that life isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. It builds pride in heritage and encourages confidence to bigger dreams. Black joy means living fully and proudly as a Black people, no matter the obstacles from Black Americans. It is a source of strength, unity, culture, and hope that keeps pushing them forward. And you want to let someone take that Black joy away from you? Can't you see that these people are envious of this Black joy? Can't you see that these people have seen that no matter how hard they're trying to push, no matter how hard they're trying to make things difficult, no matter how hard they're trying to make you feel inferior, it did not quench the Black joy inside of you. The Black joy inside of you still keep wasting strong, still keep building you up, still keep making you to stand despite every single thing that you have been through. If you have never been proud of yourself as a Black American person, as a Black person, I hope this video reminds you that the strength, the resilience, the power, the passion inside of you should be created and cycled round your joy and nothing more but your happiness. Anyways, I leave you to let me know what you think about this particular video in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share for other persons to get this good news. And I want you to answer this particular question before you go. Will you let them take that joy away from you? I want to know in the comment section. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And guys, I'm excited. I'm blessed. I'm proud that I am a Black person and I have that Black joy, and nothing in this world, no amount of hatred, no amount of words, no amount of push, we make them strip that away from me. And that is the same mentality I want you to have today. With no further ado, I do like I say in my videos, I'm going to be saying that, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you.